Hey everybody,
See,
welcome to my new
it was
channel.
good.
It's Big Bruh DIY Homesteader. Where is this is about family,
Actually, he
about
rushing me to eat.
building, about
Yeah, you
cooking,
are. Yeah,
about
you are. Yeah.
vacations, about putting your hands and God-given talents to work. Yes, a lot of challenges come our way, but with the love of family, love of God, and my guardian angel, my mom, who died when I was 2 years old from lupus. But she has been my guiding light all my life. So this channel is about putting everything that I can do, far as being a Renaissance man and building, cooking, starting my own business, and all the challenges that might come my way. So come along with me on this journey with my channel. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, let it do what it do.
Y'all, here it goes. Let me update my husband for y'all. And don't be all about mental health, and we need mental health days. But I wanted to bring y'all in here to tell y'all, so my husband can tell y'all what he built. I said an entertainment center.
I should have had the camera running around. I was doing it, but
what about this? As he finished the rest and put this one together and tell y'all future things, your girl, to make sure I got a camera.
Part.
Yeah.
This part what
Hold on, I want it. You going back out again?
I gotta get the other shell.
Okay. You needing assistance? All right. Roscoe coming to help. See, that's why I asked. They said, don't we all? I agree. I'm telling y'all. But y'all, I supposed to be out here watching the girls. And your girl ain't out here watching the girls. I'm up in here all in his way. Oh, he's been busy, by the way, y'all. He'll tell you. What, baby? Installing a doorbell, right, baby? Oh, update. We need to tell our viewers about that if they ever purchase a manufactured home. Looks good. Hold on, let me turn y'all around so y'all see what he's doing. Oh, I had to check on. They don't normally leave too far. Hold on, get it the good. There we go.
Hey y'all, you see me being on this thing, but you see also I've used a rubber mallet. It's kind of tight, so in order for me to get it in there, I gotta use a rubber mallet, and I'm using a cloth to be extra careful. Um, I didn't want to loosen it up all the way. That'll create kind of an issue with the thing when I get ready to tighten everything up. It's solid wood, everybody. Everything is wood. It's not MDF or anything like that. So when you're dealing with that type of situation, you know everything. So it's not perfectly straight or things like that. Even no matter how much you sand and things. So in order to get these down, I had to beat it in. And once I got it there, I would clamp it down, and then I'm gonna run some screws from the bottom. So I'm beating the hell out of it, but I'm not damaging the wood because I'm using a cloth and a rubber mallet. Don't use a regular hammer. Then you may have some problem unless you want that kind of effect on it. Hey, as a craftsman, some people might want that the hammer effect on the wood, but I don't. Not on this project. It might be kind of lopsided how hard I'm beating on this thing. All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, y'all, let's speed this up so we can get this party started and keep it moving. I'm gonna put the measurements for this entertainment center at the end of this part of the video. So check it out. You could pause it for a little bit and write it down. Give you some idea of what I use to complete this build. All right, let's keep going. And I'm gonna put these some of those cord at the cord. Yeah, and this one is done. So check out the measurements, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's the next day, and we continuing on with this entertainment center build, and so let's get started. Had to go by Lowe's and exchange some. I exchanged those 2x2s for some 2x3s because I think if I use those, it'll be a little bit more sturdier. Because I'm making my shelf is gonna be a 90-degree L. So using the 2x2s, I think using the 2x3s versus 2x2s make it a little bit more sturdy. So especially where those joints meet, don't want any issues over time. So I'm gonna have to use my jig. I'm gonna put some make some use my pocket jig. I'm gonna use my pocket jig, and yeah, I'm gonna use my pocket jig. Pretty much it. That's pretty much it's gonna be different. Different. So, yeah. So I'm trying to get used to moving this damn camera around so y'all can see what's going on. So I got 5 of the shelves cut at 48 inches. That'll be for the long wall. Then I gotta cut the other ones, I think, at 24 inches. I'm gonna remeasure before I cut them to be sure. I'm gonna recut them. I'm gonna remeasure before I cut to be sure, because you know you wanna measure 3 times, cut once. You know, especially with the cost of lumber these days, you don't wanna be throwing stuff away. Waste not, want not. Yeah, the sun is shining today. At this point, guys, I'm cutting the shelves. These are the ones I'm cutting at 48 inches. Then I'm gonna come back and cut some at 24 inches. Also, I need to take those sticky barcodes off of the 2x4s, 2x3s, all the end pieces of, the where you purchase it from. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking that off, and I'm cutting the shelves and doing all that good stuff. All right. Hey everybody, what I'm doing at this point, I am sanding the long studs that I cut at 84 inches, And yeah, I mentioned before that they were initially, I made a mistake, said they was 92 inches, but and I cut up at 84 inches minus 12. Yeah, forgive me. They're 96 inches minus the 12 inches equaling to 84 inches. So right now I'm just sanding. I started off with the 60 grit sandpaper to, to kind of knock off some of the rough imperfections. Then I replaced that with 120 grit to smooth out the edges and things like that. So that's what I'm working on. It's sanding, and more sanding. I'm gonna speed this up so y'all get just to. All right, let's get started. Everybody, I'm cutting the 2x3s. I'm cutting these at 48 inches for the shelving support frame. So these are the 2x3s being cut at 48 inches. Then I'm gonna come back and cut some at 24 inches for this for the shelving. Yeah. So I already had, like I already mentioned before, I already sanded these. So that's why all that damn sanding took place. So I already sanded them. So now I'm going through and I'm going to cut them at 48 inches and come back and cut my 24 inches. All right. I'm using the end pieces. That way I utilize all my material because this stuff ain't cheap. That's me sanding again. I told you. Now my battery died. I gotta replace this thing. Oh my goodness. See, even my daggone sander tired. Very good. Hey, correction, y'all. The sanding earlier was for the long studs that I cut at 84 inches. This time I'm still gonna have to go behind and sand these two. I'm gonna sand those after I put the shelving support together, or I might touch back and sand as I go as well. It depends on how I feel at the moment. Sometimes I jump back and forth. It's your world. I'm just a squirrel. Hey everybody. Um, I'm continuing on from with the build on the entertainment center. Ran into little slight little mishap when I started building these L L shape, the 90-degree corner shelves. I made the shelves a little too wide for just going with the 12-inch 2x12s. Yeah. I used the same template to cut this part as I was using for the 2x2s, and I didn't take into account that I was no longer using 2x2s. I was using 2x3s and also 2x4s. So made it 2-inch wider than the regular shelf. I could take these off and cut it 2 inches shorter. However, I went ahead and put pocket jigs on them. So cutting it will bring it right, you cut it right here. And that will mess all that up. So what I was gonna do instead, I was gonna continue on with the 2x12s, which they're actually 1.5 by 11 inch. That's the real true measurements of a 2x12. 1.5 by 11 inch. So this would make it 13. It's like 13 inches wide right here. What I would do is I'm gonna take another probably 2x3s and just extend it. Correction, everybody. I had to daggone actually do it over. I had to cut a new pieces of wood to make it fit the 2x12, because like I said earlier, the 2x3s are actually 1.5 by 2.5, and when I cut those other pieces using the 2x2 template, it was totally off because I cut them at 8 inches like I did the small entertainment center that you saw in the earlier part of the video. But I had to correct myself by going back and cutting those pieces at 6 inches. So that's what I did. Now run back to Lowe's and get some 2x3s. I don't think I have any extra around here. I got some 2x4s right there, but I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna use those along with these to make little L caps. The little L caps. I think it'll look nicer. So as I do this, I'm always thinking of different things that I could do to improve it, and so that would probably take me so long with it. Cause I go to looking at it, it's like, it look better like this, it look better like that, and you know, so that's what it is. When you're a craftsman, the woodworker, you always thinking of something different. And I'm not going from plans or anything. I'm just going from what's in my head, and just figuring it all out as I go. Things like that. Cause it's just going back to the basics. You're gonna have to sand your wood. You're gonna have to make them straight, right angles. Make sure everything's square. Make sure things are plumb. Make sure holes are covered. Make sure things is smooth. Pretty much like that. Sanding, attaching. Ain't nothing much to it but to do it. But other than that, watching it all come together. So here we go. Hey, as I was recording earlier, my phone said that my storage was full, so I had to get rid of some stuff that was already in the trash. But I'm gonna turn this thing back around so I can tell y'all what's going on. Okay, so I used 2x3s right here, and right here. I cut these at 6 inches. These at 6 inches because these 2x3s are actually 1.5 by 2.5. So these two together is 5 inches. 6 inches right there make it 11 inches. And these 2x12s are actually 11 inches. So I took those and I'm gonna use my pocket jigs. See, I use my pocket jigs for right here to connect those ends. And I use a pocket jig to connect this. That way, kind of give it more strength on this shelf, like that. I use my pocket jig to connect this to make a L 90-degree angle for here. And this is how it's starting to look so far. You know, this is let me back it. Yeah. This is how it's looking so far. Okay, and for right here, this entryway, you see how we got the shoes right here? I kind of plan on doing something similar to that, like a drop zone. It's gonna have my bench right here, and then it's gonna come up like the shelves, and then up here I'm gonna have what I could put maybe DVDs and like these gaming disc up here, like a little shelf for those. So that way it'll be where you sit down on a bench, you put your shoes up under there, nice and organized, and then you have like your little drop zone. I know this is at like the front door, but this is how it's set up because we do take our shoes off in the laundry room as well, but you don't have as much room to create anything like to actually put your shoes. So I wanted to kind of incorporate that here at the front. So that's where we are now. So, but yeah, there we go. And I'll pick y'all up when it's at the finished product, when I got all the shelves on. So I stained them. Hey everybody. Here's the almost finished. Got a few touching up to do as far as the paint. However, it's pretty much done on the shelf, except for when on the next video I'm gonna do the drop zone, and but other than that, it's pretty much almost done as far as the built in. Let me turn it around so you can check it out. All right, guys, here we go. Pretty much, you see a little touching up paint that I need to go back and do. At first, I had that end cap on that end piece stud right here. But when I took it off to actually put the shelves in, because it was much easier to put it in, I gathered the senses from the guys and my lady, and they was like, "Dad, it looks much better if I leave it off." So, what you think, guys? I had it on there, and this kind of like give it that floating shelf look. So, yeah, I think it looks really. Hey everybody, I finally finished with the other part of this entertainment center built in, and I wanted you to check it out. Finished with the touch up, so everything looks really good. Turn it around, and I think this is gonna finish off this part of the video. Next part will be me finishing up with the drop zone area of this built in, so stay tuned for that one. Other than that, like, subscribe, and be blessed, be strong, and also it is keep living life to the fullest because you deserve it. All right, let me turn this around so you can check it out while we get up out of here. Peace.